My fantasy is to make every shoe for every person in the world. Rebooted. Rock and roll and sneakers, baby.
You might not know his face, but if you're a shoe lover, you know his name, Steve Madden.
That's a great friggin' shoe. What are you wearing? Don't wear those again. It'll be the shortest intern program ever. You better get a pair of shoes, honey. Now you know. Don't let it happen again.
The shoe designer and businessman started his brand in 1990 with just $1,100.
It looks cheap. We're gonna get away with it.
Today, he's the force behind a multi-billion-dollar brand.
As a shoe guy, how many pairs of shoes do you own?
Me?
Personally.
Yes. Let me think. 3, maybe?
Just 3.
I don't wear a lot of different shoes.
But his path to success took an unconventional turn, a 2.5-year prison stint.
What was that like, life in prison?
It was terrible. It was as bad as you can imagine.
In 2002, Steve Madden was convicted of stock manipulation, money, and securities fraud.
What went through your mind, first thought?
It's, it's sort of like you're numb, you're in shock, you're kind of in shock.
As his business began to boom in the early 90s, Madden took his company public with his friend's brokerage house, Stratton Oakmont.
Steve Madden. Steve.
The same firm that was the inspiration for The Wolf of Wall Street.
Stratosphere!
It was a great movie.
You liked the movie?
I loved it.
You weren't cringing watching it.
I was cringing.
Let's give it up for Steve Madden and his awesome Mary Lou. Hold that up.
The story of Madden's IPO loosely depicted in the film.
It was a way of raising money to kind of like push this dream I had. And it was a lot more money than I could ever get from anywhere. I think it was like $6 million, which was like $6 billion for me.
This is cute. Mule, yep.
For Madden, who has been sober since 1989,
So this is her shoe.
money now filled the void, once occupied by a life of partying, drugs, and alcohol.
Money was your thing.
Yes, for sure.
And you pursued it to the nth degree.
Yes, absolutely.
And how did you get in trouble?
I got in trouble with these IPOs. They gave me, I was trading with them on these new stocks that went public. So that's how I got in trouble.
So you got inside information.
Well, it was kind of a gray area, but yes, you could say it was securities fraud.
When the feds caught on, he was sentenced to 41 months in prison and forced to resign as CEO.
Everybody makes mistakes. So the question is, sometimes when you get caught, are you upset that you made the mistake, or are you upset that you got caught? That's the question, right? That is the question, like Shakespeare. That is the question.
And how do you answer that question?
Well, on TV, I have to say it was I was upset that I made the mistake.
But in real life?
I was upset that I took shortcuts, and I was, yes.
He decided to turn prison to a positive, taking his second chance and paying it forward.
People that you were in prison with ended up getting jobs at Steve Madden?
Yeah, some guys. We have about 4 or 5 now. I've had guys come into stores when they got out. Some last, some don't, but you try to help them get on their feet.
Samaj Neville says he's back on his feet because of Madden.
We call him the general because he can always get things done. And even, again, I gave him the name while he was incarcerated.
Neville was serving a 6-year sentence for drug trafficking when he first met Madden. They worked together in the prison yard.
Never, ever have I seen more of a down-to-earth white guy than Steve Madden. That's the first thing that went through my mind. Like, this guy is just down-to-earth.
Neville attended the standing room only classes Madden taught in prison.
Most of the guys I was with drug dealers, and I said, guys, it's just sales. You're just selling something illegal. Why don't you take that entrepreneurial spirit and take a product that you don't have to go to jail for?
When Neville was released in 2004, Madden helped him get a job in a store stockroom. Neville says Madden has mentored him to now a senior merchandising coordinator.
Mr. Steve Madden, come on in.
How are you, sir? It's good to see you, lad.
This is the man right here.
Good to see you.
Everybody has to know this, yeah. This is
It's my best guy right here.
Although he's not CEO, Steve Madden, the company, is still very much about Steve Madden, the person.
I'm trying not to get crazy. I flipped out on somebody like it was like, oh, God.
His shoe empire raked in $1.4 billion in sales last year amid a difficult retail climate. The company selling nearly 105 pairs of shoes every minute.
That's the first shoe. I made that in this building.
His first shoe, the Maryland, is proudly displayed at the office, the same shoe he once sold out of the back of a car.
How does it feel looking at that shoe now, 25 years later?
It's great. It's great. It was a
Well, it's
great
more
shoe.
than 25. A great shoe.
It was 27 years ago.
Madden has made his life story into a documentary, Madman, the Steve Madden story, from growing up in Long Island to his first industry job and becoming a doting father to his 3 kids.
Twins and a 4-year-old.
Yeah.
So what do you do with your kids? What's your life like when you hang out with your kids?
I'm a waiter. No, that's what I am. That's what I am. I'm a waiter. I walk around with a towel on my arm and a tray. That's what I do.
And when he's not with his kids, he frequently visits stores, fixing things that don't look quite right.
But it looks cheap. It looks like a Forever 21 shoe.
And at the office, he's still involved in every decision.
So what does everybody think of that shoe there?
I like it a lot.
So this is the future.
Yeah.
Here in his local factory in Queens, some designs are manufactured in small batches to test at local stores.
So how long before that makes it to a store?
This could be in the stores for the weekend.
They could this weekend?
It could. Where are we, Wednesday? It's possible.
Do you have a favorite shoe of all time?
You know, I don't. There are certain things that I like, but I like what's current. I like what's hot and what's current.
Some of that inspiration comes from his love of music. He's even got his own record label.
What makes a great shoe?
A great shoe is like a great song. You're alone in your car, you're driving, and the song comes on the radio, and you get that little tingle in your spine. That's what a great shoe is like.
And you call it a hit?
That's it.
The hitmaker still looking forward to his next step.
What's next for you personally?
Keep trying to grow and evolve as a person, and it sounds a little mushy, but you know, that's a good goal.
For Nightline, I'm Rebecca Jarvis in New York.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.